Right now, the Bitcoin W pattern is confirmed, and in this video, I will be giving you my exact price target on my Bitcoin trade, my Aptos trade, my Ethereum trade, and of course, I will be going exactly in detail about why we got this massive pump towards the upside, what are the most important levels of support and resistance, what is the breakout target of this major breakout on the weekly time frame, and of course, I'm going to discuss the most important levels of resistance for this market right now. So this and of course much more will be getting discussed on today's update video, because I will also talk about Ethereum, which is literally about to see a massive breakout, and in my opinion is right now one of the better looking trading setups in this market. So without any further ado, don't forget to once again slap up that like button back above 1000 likes, will be highly appreciated, and let me jump straight away in today's update video. So first of all, if you've been watching the channel for the last period in the market, you already knew that I was of course expecting this push towards the upside was inevitably going to be happening. And of course, ever since it happened and ever since we broke above this very important neckline, that $117,000 level, you can just see clearly on this chart right here, okay, Bitcoin created of course a low in the market, then it went back towards the neckline, got rejected, created a higher low, and now we broke above this neckline. So what we're seeing a perfect W-shaped pattern getting created. Now we're breaking above the neckline, and of course this is just a W pattern with a target laying around somewhere about $127,000. So that is of course a very interesting price target, because if I'm looking at where the major resistance is going to occur for Bitcoin, and of course where it clearly already has occurred in the past, was that $122,000 level. So in my opinion, this is going to be the real test for Bitcoin. If we can break above $122,000 with a confirmed weekly candle close above it, which is of course about to happen fairly soon, maybe we can break above it during this weekend, but personally, I am not necessarily expecting that. But if we can break above this level, then we're truly entering the real final stage of this Bitcoin bull market. I mean, I've talked about it many times before that historically, if we're looking at all the timings, we should be having the Bitcoin top in about 4 to 6 weeks from now on, approximately. Of course, it's not going to be exactly that time, but somewhere in that time horizon, we are going to see Bitcoin top out. If we're looking back at all the previous times that a Bitcoin cycle top occurred, it was always during and around these times. So that is of course something I'm taking very seriously. And of course, in the case we're going to be breaking above $122,000, I personally think the target that I will be closing my trades at, and the target where I will be personally maybe even skewing towards short position, is going to be $137,000. So for all my Bitcoin trades right now, of course, we're seeing this W-shaped breakout right now, but the price target where we'll be closing these Bitcoin trades, which are right now already in more than $1 million in profit at this moment of time here, I will be all close these trades around that $137,000 level. Already along the way up around $130,000, I will be taking some partial profits, but this is basically the strategy with my trade here. Of course, this trade I shared with you guys on YouTube. I shared it in the private Telegram group here, and also in the group this morning. I already shared all my targets for my trades earlier in this group here. Also in this group, I am sharing all my setups on all of my trades, and if you of course want to be staying up to date on all these trades, guys, because like you can see over here, for example, this was the moment we started this group here. I closed out on my Bitcoin long position and I said, okay, I think Bitcoin is going to be falling lower. And that is where I want to be entering my positions. Those are the positions you can currently, of course, see in front of you. And yeah, we've been absolutely crushing it, because ever since I started this group, of course, I am doing this challenge that I want to be trading my account from 1 million all the way up to $10 million to prove everyone wrong that it is, of course, doable to do this. Now we're sitting on $2.6 million. And of course, all the trades we've done have been just pinch perfect. So right now for Bitcoin, what we're seeing is just this major W-shaped breakout. And personally, I think a continuation is likely going to come here. Of course, also, if we're just looking at a very interesting stat here, the last 2 times we broke above this neckline of the W-shaped pattern, we actually always created a new all-time high. And yeah, now once again, we're breaking above this very important level. Then looking at the horizontals, Bitcoin just bounced from a very important level of support. On the weekly and 3-day time frame, we are seeing that we're breaking above this very critical and important downward sloping trend line, which is of course looking quite good here. And yes, these fears about Russia going to war with NATO right now also fade away here. This is what happened every single time. Everyone was afraid World War III was going to happen again. But historically, whenever everyone is becoming so extremely fearful, those are the times it is, of course, a good time to be accumulating. And that, of course, once again, exactly was the case for Bitcoin this time around here. Then, of course, we're right now also in October, better known as October. And historically, this is also the most bullish month for Bitcoin and crypto out there. So very exciting on how this is going to be ending. Then, of course, looking for my Ethereum and Optos trade, which we also opened recently. Yeah, my Optos trade, I will be taking profit mainly around $15. That is still a 3x in terms of price from here on, but I think it's very reasonable that we're going to go there. And then for Ethereum, I'm going to be closing this trade around 6,000 to 6,500 US dollars. And also, if I'm talking about Ethereum, personally, I think Ethereum is going to create a bigger run here than Bitcoin right now, because Ethereum is just lagging behind ever so slightly, but the setup is looking absolutely tremendous. We're seeing, of course, Ethereum consolidating below its all-time high, which is historically very bullish. We're seeing this major previous level of resistance right now getting flipped into support, which is also very bullish. And it's only a matter of time before we're going to be seeing an explosive breakout above this level. And historically also, if we look at all the previous Bitcoin bull markets, it is always at that last 4 or 5 weeks of the cycle where altcoins tend to outperform Bitcoin even more. So yeah, this is of course purely a bet from historical data. We are right now creating a bull flag pattern on Ethereum as well. And whenever we can break this downtrend on the daily time frame, I think Ethereum is going to create another big run towards the upside again here. So I truly believe Ethereum is going to be overtaking again. And in my opinion, of course, we need to break above this 4,700 US dollar level. But it looks to be that this is going to be quite inevitable that we're going to be breaking above it. But yeah, whenever this bull flag pattern breaks out, of course, the price target of this bull flag pattern is absolutely mind-blowing. And the target of this bull flag pattern we're currently creating on Ethereum is also $6,500, which is exactly my price target as well here. So we're creating this bull flag pattern on Ethereum right now. And whenever it breaks out, I really think it's going to be running all the way up towards this level here. So that is, of course, my expectations. And I do want to be mentioning, if you want to be trading yourself and you're looking for a cheap and reliable exchange out there, guys, make sure to sign up an account to WeX. If you use the first link in today's video description, you will get a 25% fee rebate, making this the cheapest exchange to operate on. And they're giving you many bonuses. And they're giving you many bonuses on the exchange as well here. Whatever you deposit, they're going to give back 20% here. So let's say deposit $10,000, they're going to give you $2,000 where you can trade with. So massive deposit bonus is currently running. And of course, if you also sign up an account to WeX, you can also straight away join that private Telegram group where we, of course, are going to keep you guys up to date on exactly all the trades we're taking. And of course, now I am not really expecting I'm going to be opening up a new trade fairly soon because I'm quite comfortable in these positions and we're going to let them ride. I mean, you only have to enter a trade once and then you just ride them, right? So that is, of course, the phase where we're currently sitting in. But whenever we, of course, going to be closing these trades, we're going to be looking at new opportunities, potentially even short opportunities in this market. And of course, I am going to keep you guys up to date exactly about that here. But anyways, today's video is definitely a little bit of a shorter video. But if you did enjoy it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, slap on that like button, and see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.